we have yet another one who is also coming to tell us a few things about his campaign. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Your name and before we start.
My name is OGWAL Paul Duli. I'm a student of community psychology in year 2, and I'm vying for the position of Guild President.
Thank you so much, Mr. Honorable Paul. We would like to know, throughout your campaign process, what were the hurdles, what were the difficulties and the easiness of your campaign process?
Okay, thank you. Now, about the hurdles, one problem we face as Lira University, I think the students have not yet understood the relevance of student leadership. So you find out that when we go to them, trying to talk to them, they ignore and they think it is not important. That has been one of the biggest things that has been curtailing us from doing whatever we're supposed to do.
Okay. Now, from the time you started campaigning, if you rate your support from the very beginning up to now, what do you think your position is going to be?
Okay. Now, rating the support may depend on very many things, but depending on what feedbacks we find whenever we go to debate, whenever we go to campaign, like we've done this, it is promising that I'll be the next Guild President of this university.
That is great.
Yeah.
Now, if you will be the Guild President of the university, we are hearing here concerns about forming the government, who should be where. How are you going to handle it? Because it looks like it is a very important concern.
It is important about forming the government that they are talking about is a cabinet that is supposed to have about 14 ministers. Now, I've always told them, and it is from my slogan. My slogan says it is capability beyond qualifications. Now, the qualifications of being a minister could only mean you being a GRC. But I'll look at other capabilities like what is your ability to execute the tasks that I will assign to you. Now, that means I will only consider capability and not any other thing when making up my cabinet.
So that means you will be able to pick people who are not members of the GRC and put them as ministers.
Now, the Guild Constitution gives us about 2 positions for non-GRC members. Now, in the event that I have 2 people who are non-GRCs, but I see they are very competent and maybe, fundamental to my regime, then why not?
That is great. Now, one last question. In the event that you do not make it to number 1, if the Guild President coming in chooses to give you a position, will you take it?
Now, that is a very hard question because personally I have values that I stand for, some of which have been violated by most of the Guild presidential candidates. One aspect is the issue of time management. I'm very conscious about time. Now, if I'm going to work with people who don't manage time, I'll not take the appointments.
Okay. Thank you so much, Honorable Kogan. One last word for people who are watching you from outside.
Okay, thank you very much to the people watching. We request that you please be part of this activity because it is from identifying our leaders in communities that we solve the problems we have as communities. So I encourage you to always turn up whenever there is an activity that has to do with choosing your leaders, because the quality of the people is seen in the quality of leadership. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wish you the very best. All right, that was Honorable Paul, who happened